guys, it's Jacob from StringBuzz here, stringbuzzworld.org being a music journalism site, links are in the description down below, and we have a brand new song review for you today, and it's the latest by Rejjie Snow, I think I'm pronouncing that right, and that's Crooked Cops. I'm going to refer to the original article as I usually do for these videos, so I hope you enjoy. Now, it's kind of rare, really, that this guy was raised in Ireland, Dublin in particular, and yet he's absolutely, ragging it over in stateside, over in the States at the moment. I know he actually moved there around 5-6 years ago, but I still think that's quite a remarkable achievement, really. But now he's beginning to really pull in some crowds, so what better time than to review one of his latest tracks. So shall we see what I thought of it? Well, if I'm totally honest, I thought it was fantastic, actually, and in my personal opinion, it's the best rap track we've had since Childish Gambino dropped that critically acclaimed album about a couple of weeks ago now, or something like that. This track is funky, it's contemporary, it's also experimental as well, which I didn't expect, and the instrumentation is just fantastic. I love the sporadic decoration too that the gang vocals added, or rather gave during transitions. It just added further dimensions to a track that was already multi-dimensional. I did think the rap performance was a little shaky in parts, and there are definitely better moments than others, but I think on the whole this has been a great effort from the young rapper. Production-wise, everything sounded exactly as it should. We aren't given too many, if any, electronic elements in this track, and instead we've been given some organic instrumentation that has been mixed and produced in a very, very earthly manner. Something which I really, really enjoyed. I'm really enjoying this approach by many rappers at the moment. The bass just sounds great, having a real gusto to its low end while still keeping the edges to pierce through the accompaniment. The gang vocals are mixed strangely, admittedly strangely, almost as if each voice has been dual-panned individually, which is kind of strange. But it still works very, very well, and again it adds variation to important moments. It gives it a recognisable tone, I guess you could say. The drums are very much raw, with a deep and roomy kick being preferred to your typical trap kick. That's actually a difficult sentence to say. A welcome change in my opinion. I always bang on about this, that I prefer organic instrumentation in rap. It's just a personal preference. I also thought the claps instead of hi-hats worked well, as rap music often utilises hi-hats very poorly. They usually sound like tin cans rather than actually glistening over the top of the mix, so I think that was a good change here again. Vocally, the track was fairly simple and was not much was really put on his vocal track, but I did think that was a good thing, really. So the producer has done an outstanding job with this one. When it comes to musicality, the song is a little copy and paste in the instrumentation. Sure, admittedly, that is true, but it still works ever so well. I think that might be just because it's just catchy, it just is. As soon as that bass line kicks in during that intro, you know you're going to have some late 80s instrumentally orientated rap fun, and it sounds like it's just come straight out of that period, but instead of it being clean rap, it's actually some rap with some balls to it. I thought the simplistic drums worked very well to emphasize the pulse, making it a bit more punchy and impactful, and the instrumentation in general just worked so well in tandem, and I've got to take my hat off. If I had a hat, it's a proverbial hat, I'd take it off if I had one on. Moving on to the vocal performance, I did think the track got off to a slow start, and I also thought that Rejjie sounded a little grating during that first period, to be honest, but on the second verse he was much better and actually started to properly express his themes instead of repeating dull and uninteresting lines. If there were interesting lines, I wouldn't be really moaning about it. I thought syllabically he was spot on, and the way he jumped in and out of the pulse reminded me a lot of some Earl Sweatshirt type material, so I think that's kind of interesting as well. Lyrically, I thought the song had some good moments and bad, the bad being irritating first verse, but the good being line after line of pure genius he spat out during the second verse and onwards. Although it was mighty colloquial and basic, he dramatised each word so well that the narrative really took on a visceral picture, which is really quite impressive from a young rapper. So all in all, a great track, and between him and Joey Badass recently, we are beginning to see a real renaissance of organic rap, and I must say I'm incredibly excited to see how this year unfolds. So I gave it a G rating of 7.5 out of 10. If you like this video, then please leave a like, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you around next time. Bye bye.